the thing about this team, which is my next topic, is it seems like the identity of this team is the next man up thing. Going back to last year, every time, I think it started with the Staley injury. Every time there's an injury, you're like, oh man, this is the one. This is the one that's going to be the straw that breaks the camel's back. It's not. And oftentimes a backup is even better than the starter. I mean, that's happened a bunch. Look at Jeff Wilson Jr. I mean, how much better is that guy than Tevin Coleman? So my question is, name one backup on this team that you think is being kind of unfairly held down due to roster politics or age or experience that actually you have a hunch is better than the guy he's backing up, better than the starter he's backing up. And you guys know who I'm going to say, so I'll save that for later. Who starts this one? I'll go with the bonus guy because you guys know what I'm going to say. Who starts this one?
Yeah. I think it's Jack.
Okay, Jack.
I was going to say that the guy that's the best is going to be Verrett over Sherman.
Oh, yeah. That's a good call.
That's the one that I go with. He's a much better player at this point in his career than if he can stay healthy than Sherman is. Sherman's just so slow.
He's been such a big upgrade over Sherman, and who knows if the Niners would have even got to Verrett if Sherman had stayed healthy. Who knows? So that's the primary one. What an upgrade there, Leo.
Leo's going to say Jamar Taylor.
Stop
Do it.
it.
Hey.
Stop it.
Hey.
I'm actually going to say.
I want to personally apologize. Jamar Taylor balled out. Good for him. Good for him.
Get him, Leo.
I'm going to text you apologizing. But I'm going to steal yours, Jose. It's going to be Drake Greenlaw.
I knew you were going to say that.
He's being held behind, and it's obvious.
Yeah.
Quan Alexander's missed tackle percentages is in the teens, and Greenlaw's at like 1%. So it's pretty obvious. Quan gives up the flat pretty freaking often on a passing play, and he's known for coverage. Rather than Greenlaw, he shoots over there like a bullet out of a pistol. So Greenlaw's obviously being held back because, one, he was a rookie last year, and two, Quan is being paid an insane amount of money.
And Quan was limited. He was limited today. He might be coming back.
Oh my God.
Watching Quan cover the flat.
Ward might too.
Hey, watching Quan cover the flat reminds me of Navarro Bowman's last year covering the flat for the 49ers. That's how bad it is. And at least Bowman had like
an excuse. Yeah.
Yeah, half a leg. What's Quan's excuse? Oh, I tore his pec. What does that have to do with you running, bro? Come on. Drake Greenlaw does everything, man, from that stop. I mean, when he knocked out Darrell Henderson or whatever his name is, Darrell Henderson, that running back against the Rams on the flat that saved that touchdown, and then Brett got the pick.
Yeah.
That's not, we put Quan out there. That's not happening. They're giving that touchdown up. But since I know Leo's going to do it, I'm going to steal Grant's and Tavera. No, I'm just kidding.
No, go for it, because I have a different guy. Go for it.
No, I'm not going to say it. I had someone. Oh, it's going to be JaMychal Hasty because he is better than any of the 49ers running backs. Obviously not Raheem Mostert, but it's Tevin Coleman, essentially, right, would be the backup to Raheem Mostert, and then, so on and so forth, how it goes. So JaMychal Hasty is better than all of them. And I know Wilson looked good last week, but it wasn't until, the second quarter when really, you really started to put some wear. I mean, Leo, it was you or Jason or both of you who said it perfectly. Hey, this is a guy who gets better as the game goes on. But Hasty, I feel like you just put him in. I think he's just going to excel because for me, it's just his vision and his intellect, his awareness is Mostert 2.0. I feel like you plug and change him. It's just like, wow, who is it? Who's what? I mean, I just fell in love with this guy when you see in training camp. So for me, he's the second best running back on that team. And whenever Mostert gets back, if Hasty right now, if he's hitting it off, I hope he makes Kyle Shanahan think twice about who he's shuffling, because if you have Hasty and Mostert in that backfield, oh my God, that's just filthy. And then really linebackers are going to be whiffing tackles. They're just not going to know where to go in terms of angle and pursuit.
I'd like to see Shanahan use, real quick, Maverick, Mostert the way that Sean Payton uses Alvin Kamara. Like, put him in jet sweep motion sometimes. He would freak people out. He's the fastest player in the team. Anyway, Maverick, keep going.
Well, I think they did that last year with Debo in the backfield, and Raheem Mostert did that against the Seahawks in Seattle. I remember them doing that on at least one play when Kittle caught it. But I would go with I might show my Oregon bias, Hronis Grasu. I think just in this run first offense, if they're going back to how they played week 3, 4, and 5. Not Hronis Grasu. I don't think he's the best pass blocker, but he's a zone blocker. I think that's why he struggled in preseason when journalists got to see him one-on-ones, because he's not supposed to be one-on-one. I don't know why there's an alarm going off, but I'll cut my answer off there.
No, keep going. It's all right. It's not your alarm.
Dang, Leo.
Yeah. Well, I think it is.
It's not me.
Is it your alarm? Is that in your house? That's hella funny. He's out. And he's
we traded Maverick now. It's a fire sale.
He just pulled a dead York. He just pulled a dead York, but we're about We're about a little deeper in the game. All right, you done? You got more to say, Maverick?
We just pulled a Bill O'Brien by how many people we're trading right now on this roundtable.
Yeah, no, that was the worst thing I've ever done.
No, it's okay.
I set an alarm yesterday, and you know how like if you don't turn it off, it stays on for the next day. So yeah, that's why.
Oh no,
it's all right.
But I think I should
rookie.
be muted for this answer. I think my answer's cut off.
Okay.
Take points, negative points.
Negative points.
Chauncey Riley.
All right. I don't even remember the topic. What are we talking about? Oh, the backup who's better. Okay.
You're gonna say Tavares Moore.
I'm gonna say Tavares Moore, but I'm gonna go further than that. I'm gonna say Marcel Harris too. And you guys are gonna be like, "What? How can you say that? That's not fair."
I get it.
No, both of them. Look, we have watched Jaquaski Tart and Jimmy Ward for a very long time. They're solid players. They're solid. When they're healthy, which isn't that often. Marcel Harris to me is more violent than Jaquaski Tart. Marcel Harris is a goon. He throws his body. I like that from a strong safety, and he can play single high well enough. Tavares Moore, in my opinion, is a playmaker in a way that neither Tart and Ward are. And they're both, 24? They're both making nothing. But if they start and the other guys, you get rid of the other guys, that's $17 million that you can spend on someone else. Yeah. I like Marcel Harris. That's the future in the secondary. The future should be now. Keep them there and bring in Jaquaski Tart and Jimmy Ward if either of those guys gets hurt. Trade them both. Get some picks. That's what I would do. But I know you guys looking at me like one game and Grant just, okay, all right, well, we'll see what they do against. Maybe I'm wrong.
If someone offers the 49ers the third for Tart right now, I don't care that they're 4-3 pushing, closer to first place in the NFC West. That's a third-round pick for a guy you're not going to keep next year. Take it.
I think the Ravens would give it up, and I think the Niners probably were going to trade Tart if they had lost, and now they're like, well, what do we do? Hey, look at how well Marcel Harris played in that game. He made plays. He really throws his body around and is pretty violent. And I think when Tart does that, he gets hurt. Maybe Harris does too. I don't know.
And Harris really improved too, compared to when he first stepped on last year.
All the Niners young players get really good. All the Niners young players who stay on the bench and develop usually end up being really good.
That's you mean to say when you give them opportunities, they develop? No way. Crazy concept.
Yeah. And I'm going to say one other guy, Dante freaking Pettis. He's better than Trent Taylor. Dante Pettis should be the number 3 receiver while Deebo Samuel's out. This Trent Taylor thing is it's ridiculous. He's on the team because Jimmy likes him.
Snaps?
Hey, what the hell is that? He hasn't done anything in 3 years. Dante Pettis should be playing over Trent Taylor.